I love this.
I'm Shane Murray, Field CTO of Monte Carlo. We're going to talk about one of the most popular and controversial topics across data at the moment, data mesh. Shit. Yes, sorry. Data mesh essentially breaks down into four key principles. You have domain-oriented ownership of data, means essentially enabling business units to build data products on their own. Secondly, you have a self-service data architecture or data platform, and that means you have a team that's providing the tools and capabilities to abstract complexity away from building data products. Thirdly, you have the data products themselves bringing concepts like interoperability, trust, and discovery into how you build and deploy and manage data products. And finally, you have this idea of federated computational governance, which is deploying policies and standards at both a global and a local level for data products. The problem with a data lake is not the technology or the architecture itself. It's actually this idea of a data lake as a strategy. I think we saw data teams struggle with this approach because they're allowed the data lake to become this dumping ground, and you didn't have this connection between data producers and data consumers. It's really about scaling at its heart, and often what you find in a larger organization is teams are kind of hindered by the centralized bottleneck of a data engineering team. And so what you're looking to do in a way is democratize the ability to create data products, drive adoption, and also have them be owned and managed and built within the domains that actually have the expertise. Yeah, I think on the pro side, really, I do think we're headed towards this data as a product concept, no matter whether you're focusing on implementing data mesh principles or not. Data as a product is something that's here to stay. Everyone needs trustworthy data. Everyone needs that data product to be discoverable, and they need interoperability across many teams that are trying to use data products. I think some of the challenges teams are facing is how can you actually make your infrastructure, your data platform, truly self-service. I think there are components that are much easier to get to self-serve than others. And I think the skills required in each of these domains to actually bring a data mesh to life and to drive value from data mesh is a challenge for many organizations to just get to that level of engineering and analytical talent required in each business domain. You also have to really step back and think about how data will be managed across domains and what are the universal standards or global policies that you need to put in place around your data products. And then you need to pick a domain team that's actually ready to adopt these principles, that has the skills within the group to actually build a data product and set them up for success so they have the tools and the bandwidth to actually go and chase that goal. It's important to note that a data mesh strategy isn't for everyone. Within small organizations and even medium to large organizations, you may be better managing some of the critical assets of the company, the critical data assets or data products in a centralized group, and working with teams across the company to build out the data products that are essential to the organization. Certainly across larger companies, we'll see more and more adoption of data mesh. There's a community around it, there's plenty of interest, and it's a logical way to frame your strategy when you're of a certain size. I think that's why it's taken hold, is the strategy is very easy to communicate both to data teams and to executive stakeholders. What we will see is that there are various shapes and sizes of data mesh. So we won't see one approach to what a data product looks like or to how to create a domain-oriented architecture and organizational structure. We'll see many different variations of this over time. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your time. I'm Shane Murray.